You've written one of the best-selling books in history about habit. Is there anything you look back on that you regret about the book?
I don't think there's anything that I regret. If I could add something, I would add something. I would add this simple question, which is, what would it look like if this was fun? What would it look like if your habits were fun? Like, the most common New Year's resolution is to do some form of exercise. So, I feel like a lot of people are going to the gym in January because they feel like they should go to the gym, or society wants them to go to the gym, or there's some kind of social pressure to go to the gym. But if we were to come up with a list of what it means to be active and fit, and healthy, we could come up with a long list of things. Go to the gym and lift weights. You could kayak, rock climb, do yoga, Pilates, whatever. We could probably sit here for like 15 minutes and come up with a real long list. And for most of your habits, if it's an important habit to you, I think it's worth it to take 10 minutes and write that list out and then look at it at the end and say, what would this look like if it was fun? Which of these options is the most fun to me? And that doesn't mean that your habits will be like the most fun thing that you do each day. It's not like it's always going to feel like going to a concert or something, but it does mean that pretty much any habit can be more fun than the default. So you might as well take a little bit of time to figure out what is the fun version of this. And ultimately, I think the reason why this matters is that if you're having fun, you're more likely to stick with it. You're more likely to persevere. The person who's having fun is actually the person who's dangerous. Like, you don't want to compete with them because they're having a good time. When it gets difficult, they're way more likely to stick with it. The person who it felt like a hassle at the start was kind of, annoying. They sort of have a negative frame around the behavior to begin with. Well, as soon as it gets difficult, they didn't want to do it in the first place. So they're much more likely to give up.